What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of NFL Turf Talk. This is your AFC West breakdown and preview. On today's show, we are going to be going through the four contenders in this division, which obviously host your two-time, recently, back-to-back Super Bowl champions in the Kansas City Chiefs before they lost to – who they lose to in the Super Bowl, Scott? Oh, that's right, the Philadelphia Eagles. But we're going to go through those four teams. We're going to rank them how we see fit. We're going to get into them in terms of our tier rankings, which will pull up on the screen with you guys later. And then we'll obviously wrap it up with one of the most fun segments that we do, which is the divisional fantasy draft, snake draft, where Scotty and I go back and forth selecting the best team, and we'll put those out on social medias for you guys. But guys, do us a favor, do yourself a favor. Make sure to check us out on Twitter first and foremost at DSM_media is where you can find us. Hit that follow button and then check out the link tree. It's in our bio. It'll take you to every social media platform we're on: TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff. But most importantly, to help us, make sure to check out the YouTube links. We have the DSM Philadelphia YouTube link where we host the Faithful Fanatic show, as well as all of our pregame shows. So make sure to subscribe there. Make sure to subscribe to the Scotty Talks NBA YouTube channel, which just had a show a couple minutes ago. And then, of course, you're home for Turf Talk right here at the Turf Talk YouTube channel. Subscribe, share, like, all that good stuff. My man, what is going on? We're just under 2 weeks, or we're 2 weeks away from today before the NFL kicks off with our Birds and those stinky Cowboys. So we got a lot to continue, a lot more work to do here on the show and on the network, but good to be back with you.
Yes, sir. We got four more divisions? Well, including this one, four more divisions. So
we're halfway through.
We got the East, we're hitting the West today, and we'll then get to the pre-regular season talk of the entire league, right? We'll move away from the division talk a little bit. So I'm excited to be here, though, man. This is an exciting division. There's a lot of change. You get a Mahomes with a chip on his shoulder. You look at the Broncos; they had a pretty good offseason. You get sophomore season Bo Nix with Sean Payton. Chargers, we're going to talk about them. And the Raiders, man, they had a pretty good draft. So, I'm excited to talk about this division and maybe a few contenders mixed in here. So, let's get to it, brother.
You said the word exciting, which is something I feel like last year and probably more than likely the year before that in terms of doing Turf Talk with you is something we haven't said about this division. You've had the king, and then you've had so on and so forth down the road. And the Chargers are mixed in there, wild card team. Can they contend with the Chiefs in the regular season for the division? And then you had the Broncos and the Raiders sitting all at their lonesome in the basement of some of the worst teams in football. Obviously, you have some quarterback change in Vegas. This division is very interesting in terms of head coaches now. I mean, when you think all time, you look back when these guys are set, when it's said and done, you look back on these head coach names: Andy Reid, Harbaugh, Pete Carroll, Sean Payton. These guys are going to compete at a high level. So this division turned into something that it hasn't been for quite some time. Very competitive. And not only did at least two of the other teams in the basement improve their chances to making a postseason, we got to talk about the Kings, man. So let's talk about that. Coming off the Super Bowl loss, obviously repeated prior to that, still up there in Super Bowl conversation. They're getting older. Right, we saw Travis Kelce last year. We were wondering if that kind of switch would flip in the postseason with his age. It really didn't. You look at that defense; it's getting older. It got its ass handed to it in the postseason. Yep. What do you make of this Kansas City Chiefs team? Obviously, when you have Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid, you are going to be in Super Bowl contention talk. But are they the same Chiefs team? Because we've had this conversation the last couple of years, and they won 15 games last year.
Yeah.
With not looking good. How many conversations did people have and did we have on the show week in and week out? Scraping by a team, just barely getting by the Bears, doing this, doing that, not scoring a lot of points. Can they win 14, 15 games again that way? Or are they going to start coming back down to and have to hit the fountain of youth at some point here soon?
It's an interesting question, man, because do I think the Chiefs are going to compete this year at a high level? Yes. I think, like you said, anytime you have Patrick Mahomes, you're going to compete at a high level. I think he's going to operate with a chip on his shoulder. We've seen the haircut. We've seen all the changes of swag that he's done over this offseason, right? He kind of
I don't know what Dylan Raiola is going to do now.
right. He's got to readjust. But no, Patrick Mahomes operating with a little bit of motivation, extra motivation. I think it creates a different animal. And I'll say this, man, just about the 14-15 win game mark. It doesn't matter at the end of the day. The Chiefs are a team at this point. Just get into the dance. And I'd say get into the dance. Get into the top 4 seeds. You're going to be fine. You don't need home field advantage throughout. You don't need it. You would prefer it. You don't need it to get to the Super Bowl at this point.
But they've shown they can go into Baltimore in an AFC Championship game. They can go to Buffalo at times and win games.
Exactly. So I don't think that the 15 or the 2-loss mark matters as much this season. Like, last season they hit that 15-2 mark, but how did it really look? Like, did they feel like they were the best team in those moments, right? No. So I think it's more about how it looks. I think it's more about how Travis Kelce looks, how the new weapons, you get Rashee Rice back, right? How does Hollywood Brown look in this offense, so on and so forth. And to your point, man, the defense. Can the defense get back to what they were doing? And last year, they weren't a bad defense. But
in fact, kind of what got them to a lot of those 15 wins with how the offense was playing.
Exactly. It wasn't Mahomes' best season, right?
He just ran into a juggernaut.
Wasn't having an MVP season. So, like, how did they get the 15 wins? It was that defense. Chris Jones, 1 year older.
That's it.
Yep. You lose Charvarius. Was it Charvarius Ward this year?
I think so.
Was Charvarius Ward last year? Did they lose both of them? Let me look right here. I got it written down. No, Charvarius Ward was the season before.
Okay.
Charvarius Ward, I'm getting him confused with the other guy that went to Tennessee.
Last
offseason.
L'Jarius Sneed.
Yes. Charvarius Ward. Whatever. I'm talking about Justin Reed, the safety. That's who I'm talking about out of their secondary. They lost him. He went to New Orleans. That's who I'm talking about. So you look at the defense. Can they replicate or look something close to what they looked like last year? They got a sturdy linebacking core. The pass rush should still be good. You re-signed Karlaftis. I did see Chris Jones getting after him in a practice maybe a couple weeks ago. He was talking some shit to him. But that's all. That's what I mean, though. He's talking shit to his teammates. He's motivated. These guys are motivated. They're hungry. They wanted to what? They were going for the 3-peat, weren't they?
Yes. Yeah.
The 3-peat against us. So you get to that third one, maybe the motivation, just turns off a little bit.
History.
You don't have to worry about that this season. They're going to come out sharp. They're going to be on their P's and Q's, and
I think when it comes to this team, for me, man, you mentioned some of the losses defensively and the way that defense got exposed on the biggest stage. When you have a guy like Spagnuolo, because you and I were talking about the Eagles a couple of days ago and how some of the pieces that they've lost, the hole at cornerback 2, injuries at safety, and how we just trust Vic Fangio, right? We saw what that scheme looked like. We trust that coach. You got to trust Spags, and you definitely trust Andy, right? Yeah. So when you have those two guys, those two coaches, coordinators, the combination of that with the greatest in the game, because yes, for everyone out there that's still wondering, obviously I love what the Eagles did to him and that team last year. Patrick Mahomes is still the best in the game. Okay, so let's hold that talk for right now, please. But with that said, the regular season, man, I just don't really have anything to say about them. If they come out and win 14 or 15 games and look like they did in the regular season last year, well, guess what? They can get back to the Super Bowl even when we have question marks about their offense. If they come out and only win 12 games, right? They go 12-5. Maybe they scrape by Denver for the division or something. They're a 3 seed. Well, guess what? Until someone proves that they can beat that guy out in the AFC, I don't have anything to say about them. And maybe that's unfair to everybody else, and maybe that's giving Kansas City a pass. But I take with great pride what this team did to them in February. Yeah. No one else has done that. Josh, Joe did it once, got you there. Lamar, like Denver hasn't done anything yet. So until someone else proves it on a bigger stage to me, I hold all my reservations and question marks for this team because they make you look stupid too many times when you're just talking about the NFL, like from an analyst standpoint. Like, oh, the offense is in trouble. Really, dude? Well, they just went to 3 straight Super Bowls. How much trouble are they really in? So we'll see what they look like as the year continues and starts.
Let me ask you this. Where do you think they could get in trouble? Like, what would be a sign that they're in trouble? And
That defense.
I'd say this,
that defense continues to if that defense shows its holes the way it showed in the Super Bowl. If teams start to pick that defense apart week in and week out and they show holes, that's where they're in trouble. Because if that offense isn't up to par in the regular season, that defense held them down for a long time, dude. That's what it would do for me. Because like Kelsey, Mahomes, they beat a team 17-16. We have questions about the offense. It's Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, bro. On bigger stages, I'm still going to trust them. That defense starts to look weaker. Now that balance is gone.
Yeah.
And that I don't want to say backbone, but that stabilizer is gone for you. When the offense isn't going right and you don't have that defense to hold teams to 13, 14 points in a game, then you're in trouble.
Yeah, no, I do feel you. And I guess the thought process behind that, man, that question is, looking at the Broncos, who I would pencil in as the next team up in the division. Yeah. Can the Broncos possibly win the division regular season? Like, is it possible? And if that were to happen, how do we feel about the Kansas City Chiefs? Say, I doubt they would fall to the 6th seed, but I mean, there's only 3 seeds that you can have if you don't win your division. So I mean, it's going to be 5, 6, or 7. So what's the best they could do? Is 4 versus 5?
4 and 5, yeah.
6 and
3,
and
7
and 2. Mm-hmm. So what? Let's say they're the 6, just the 6 going into Baltimore, Buffalo. Is there like, do you know what I mean? Like, is that an advantage? Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
for Kansas City?
No, not for Kansas City. Like, is there a way, Buffalo, Baltimore, is there a way you could just feel like an advantage going into the postseason? Like, any way? That's kind of what I mean. Is there any situation that you just would not like the Chiefs in?
I think so. Again, if the Bills or Ravens go out there and let's say the Ravens respectfully win 13 games and they're the 2 or 3 seed and the Chiefs sneak into the postseason and they're the first round matchup and the Chiefs won 10, 11 games.
Yeah, defense.
And how it looks, right? The offense still looks old and aging and Kelsey can't shift that gear anymore. And the wide receiver, like that wide receiver room, Rashee Rice, Xavier Ware, the younger guys, it's cool. That wide receiver room ain't scaring nobody, bro. Nobody. That's serious. So, and if that defense isn't, then definitely you're going to feel a sense of confidence when it comes to the Chiefs finally losing in the AFC. But again, back against the wall. All that talk about how the season went if they only go 11-6 or something like that. A wild card team, Mahomes and Reed. Let's say they got to go to Baltimore and playoff Lamar has to beat Mahomes. Again, it's going to take that. It is going to take them to be stopped by one of those 2 guys out in the AFC for me to go, okay, there's a little bit changing of the guard happening with this aging Chiefs team. No matter if you have Patrick Mahomes, he can only be Superman for so long.
Yeah, and I know we're not talking about the AFC as a whole right now, but as you talk through that situation, for whatever reason, it might not be fair. I don't know why. It's my gut feeling. I trust the Bills situation a little bit more than the Ravens. Like, I would, like, if the Bills were hosting the Chiefs, I would feel better about Josh Allen handling that situation.
I can see it. I mean, he's done it. He is going toe-to-toe multiple times.
Yeah.
He should have a win against Mahomes right now. He should.
Lamar's lows.
Oh, yeah, they're low.
Are low, man. And especially when it gets cold, man. And that's they're an outdoor team, so it shouldn't be that way.
Let me ask you this before we move on to one of these next teams.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time already.
It's not fair to Josh or Lamar, right? But this is the pecking order. This is how you stop these conversations. Just for the sake of conversation, Mahomes goes out round 1 to like C.J. Stroud or Bo Nix. And Lamar or Josh gets to the Super Bowl. You feel any type of way about it? Like I'm just saying. Like I'm just saying. You did.
Does it have an asterisk? Does it have an asterisk? Like is that like the bubble?
If they win the Super Bowl, no. Like you won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, agreed.
But if Lamar, if I'm just having fun with it, if Lamar or Josh get to the Super Bowl, they fail and lose in the Super Bowl, but they didn't beat Mahomes.
Yeah. What if they beat one? Pause.
One or the other, like
Josh versus the Ravens.
I still care.
It's not the same.
There's a certain level to it where, like, all right, like you two beat each other. Well, you still have to beat. Joe beat that guy.
Josh has already beat Lamar. Like that's not really even a feat for like a new accomplishment.
If you get to the Super Bowl, all respect to you. Got to the Super Bowl. I'm just saying the road recently, since Josh and Lamar have ascended to MVPs, the road has gone through Mahomes.
Yeah.
And they haven't done it yet. And the next step is, can you beat that guy? The same way Jalen Hurts and the Eagles did it. Can you beat that guy? You get to your first Super Bowl and you had to beat like Bo Nix and Justin Herbert or so. Yeah. It would just feel a little different. Like,
it's something I always go back to with Joe Burrow, man. He did beat.
He did it.
He did beat the number one. Like he did do it.
Now he didn't finish the job. He didn't
finish the job, and it was horrible in the Super Bowl. Man. It looked disgusting. So yeah, but that's a point I always think of when we talk top quarterbacks, man. Josh Allen and Lamar. But yeah, I think the Chiefs will be ready to go this year, man. Yeah. Nonetheless,
let me ask you about the team that I think is most interesting in this division.
Yeah.
And that's the Las Vegas Raiders. And when I say interesting, I mean just going from the basement, 4 wins, one of the worst teams in football last year. I mean, just the quarterbacks we've had to watch out there with the Aiden O'Connells of the world in recent memory. Not that Geno is this world beater, right? Geno Smith is as middle of the pack as you can be for me. But he gets connected with Pete Carroll out there, who wants to win. They go out, they draft an Ashton Genty, who's going to be super exciting to watch. We saw what Brock Bowers did at the tight end position in his rookie year. That defense is improved. Max Crosby leading the way. I think they're interesting because I think they can go from a team that doesn't go from worst to first. I think they're a team that could go from 4 wins to competing to getting into the postseason next year as a wild card.
Yeah, no, I like the thought behind it. I like the optimism with them, and I think that's what they're turning into in a sense. I mean, I know they picked up Geno, you got Pete Carroll there, but this is a younger team, and they're just going to have to build a little bit. It might be a rocky start to an extent, but I think they could finish really strong. I love what they did in the draft. To your point about Ashton Genty, but not only him, Jack Beck. He was kind of this NFL-ready rookie receiver. He's a niche receiver that can step in and have a role immediately. So I love that for him. You mentioned Brock Bowers, who, I mean, after this season, he might be the best tight end in the NFL for all we know. I mean, that's the type of trajectory I see from his rookie fucking year. Like, what is next? The best. Like, that's what I see for Brock Bowers. And, Ashton Genty, back to him, it's that youthful running back. It's funny how many rookie running backs are in the scene this year across the board. I think of the Steelers, you think of the division, the Chargers, the Broncos got a new running. This division has new running backs outside of the Chiefs, quite honestly. Yeah. You got RJ Harvey, and then you got Omari and Hampton on the other 2 teams. Obviously, Ashton Janey being the pick of the crop. But I think he could just have a monster rookie season.
I think the backfield, man,
the most you would ever want to. Like,
but you also went out and you brought in a veteran in Raheem Mostert, who's had success in a duo with A-Chain the last couple years in Miami. Zamir White did have success last year in this system, so he's the third. You have 3 backs, obviously, with the new flashy toy and Genty leading the way. But I look around, I know you mentioned Beck in the receiving room. Jacoby Myers was there last year.
Yeah.
They're going to have to be able to run the football, right? Because Jacoby Myers is cool, the rookie, whatever. Brock Bowers, arguably the greatest receiving tight end in the world right now. But Jacoby Myers, Dante Thornton Jr., and Trey Tucker.
Yeah,
I mean,
Trey Tucker was all right last year. I would have to see it to believe it, to be a.
I'm thinking Geno under center, running the ball first. play action, get the ball out quickly to Brock and just
bore Jacoby Myers
on the field.
Jacoby Myers is good. Like he's good. He's good.
Would you want him to be your team's number one?
No, no, by no means. But they do have the commodity, like you mentioned. They have Brock Bowers, who could be like your receiver one, like a number one, right? But
100+ receptions.
Maybe they make a move. If things start looking like all right, and maybe they can make a move for a veteran wide receiver or something to add to the room. The defense is interesting. They got some names on there now. Some of them are. Past their prime, maybe. You bring in Jamal Adams. He's with his old coach, Pete Carroll, right? Like that's obviously the connection I see why he's there. Mm-hmm. They brought in Jeremy Chin from I believe he's on the Commanders last year after leaving the Panthers. He's a good quality safety. You got Max Crosby extended. They were worried maybe he would, request a trade out of there. No, you got your cornerstone locked in. So I think it starts there. Defensive line starts with Max Crosby getting after the quarterback. And you just have to hope these other guys can kind of fill in as it goes. But the defense would be the question mark there for me. But there's some promise there, I would say.
That's what Pete's been, though, right? Like Pete is a defensive-minded guy. If my memory serves me correct, like obviously you had Russ and Marshawn over, in the Seattle Super Bowl days, but the Legion of Boom and Bobby Wagner, like that's Pete Carroll's defense. So when you have a defensive-minded guy like that, if you can get the young guys to buy in and kind of just work the system, the defense is going to have to step up and help out the offense if this team wants to win in the ballpark of 9 games.
They brought
that is a ridiculous improvement from 4 wins, obviously.
I completely agree.
Let me ask you one last question about this team. When I say this team could be a potential playoff threat, not threat in the playoffs, just to get there from being a bad team last year. Are we overvaluing Geno off of the year that he had, the resurgent year he had in Seattle? He had a very good year last year in Seattle. Are we overvaluing that he can just come in here with the lack of wide receivers that this team has, a questionable young defense? Are we overvaluing that he can come in here and win as many games as they're thinking to get there?
It's one of two things. It's either that or we're undervaluing the AFC. And I kind of lean towards the latter just because there's so many options in the AFC. Like, I guess let me throw this to you because we're gonna. Well, no, let me go backwards a second. I was gonna go forwards to the AFC East because I felt like I had a good comparison. Let me try to find a.
Throw it out there.
Here. If things go well for the Jets. Per se, like let's just say Fields can play like decently, and they have the running game going with Breece Hall
and that defense.
Would you think Raiders or Jets? And it's close. I don't think there's a wrong answer there because the Jets were poor last year as well, and they've been disappointing for the last couple years. But I guess that's my thought. Maybe the Jets aren't even the best option. Like if the Bengals were to take a step and make the playoffs this year after not making it last year. Like what? I know. Let me look at the playoff teams from last year. So you have Kansas City, Buffalo, Baltimore. We got them in the playoffs. They're going. Houston, in their division. Yeah,
you should.
Then it was the Chargers.
No.
That's a team that could fall off. That is a team, but for my money, I'm guessing for your money, they could fall out. The Steelers.
Yes, I think they're a playoff team.
Yeah.
I think that defense is super fucking legit.
Yeah.
DK and Rodgers. Yeah, I'm in on the Steelers.
The next team is the Denver Broncos, and I think they were the last playoff seed, the 7th.
And I think they're right about the same spot. I think they're
so
6.
To that point, if they can come second in their division,
then sure.
Yeah.
But if
they would
not,
have to replace one of those
if you can't beat out the Denver Broncos, you're not making the playoffs this year in
Yeah.
the AFC. It's a fair point.
It's tough.
Fair point.
In the NFC, shit.
Anything, yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Probably.
I mean, Geno could be a top 3 quarterback in the NFC right now. I don't know.
Like, would the Raiders win the NFC South? Could they?
Yes.
They
would compete with Tampa Bay.
They could. I was forgetting about Tampa Bay, but yeah, I do think they could compete.
Maybe they wouldn't beat out Baker and Tampa Bay, but they'd compete for it.
Yeah. This season's gonna be fun, man. This season's gonna be fun. I can't wait. But
so let's stir up this conversation a bit because this other team, right? Denver's. I'm gonna get to them in a moment. They're in a weird spot because I think they're improved. I liked what I saw out of Bo Nix last year. I think that defense is super, super legit. I think they will be a playoff team again. I don't really want to spend too much time focusing on them. I want to focus on the other playoff team that you just mentioned, and that is the Los Angeles Chargers. What they lost versus what they brought in, but also, man, I'm just tired of the conversations.
Yeah.
Like how I used to be tired about the Dak Prescott conversations and the Brock Purdy hype conversations. I'm just tired of the Justin Herbert conversations. Justin Herbert, from a physical, if you made him in a lab, talent, is a top 3 talent in the National Football League. Understood. Understood. Prototypical guy. You want to handcraft your perfect starting quarterback for your new franchise. You'd want someone like him. Just tired of hearing about it. Because as we've learned from the Super Bowl MVP compared to this guy, it is a hell of a lot more than just throwing the football in this league in order to win.
Yeah.
The dude had one of the all-time worst playoff performances I've ever seen a quarterback have. And it's just like they ripped the page out of that book, crumpled it up, burned it, threw it in the trash, and acted like it didn't happen. Like he's still in top 5 to 6 quarterback conversation. I'm over it. I'm over the hype about him. And I don't think they will be playing winning football. They'll win 10 in the ballpark of 10 games. They'll win 9 to 10 games this year. It won't be good enough for the playoffs, and I'm glad I won't have to watch him in the postseason again because it's just a waste of goddamn time. And people want to argue about the help and then blame the Chargers because their big move this offseason was to bring in Najee Harris and bring Keenan Allen back after it looked like he couldn't run a route in Chicago last year. That's what they did to help their franchise guy. So if it's not all on him, blame them. But I'm tired of hearing about him in these top 5 conversations. The dude's got a rocket launcher attached to his shoulder. I get it. Threw 5 fucking interceptions in a playoff game last year.
Let me correct us. He threw 4 interceptions. I have been saying 5 myself too. My bad. And the only reason I corrected is because I'm literally looking at it right now and it feels wrong not to. Mind you, Ladd McConkey had 197 receiving
Ladd McConkey's a stud.
He's a stud, yeah. 9 receptions, 200 receiving yards, and a tutty in that game. He was the only bright spot for the Chargers in that game. It was 32-12 loss to the Houston Texans in the postseason. And what I was trying to go back to and see was I wanted to see what the Chiefs did to the Texans. 23-14. So they beat them the following weekend, 23-14. The reason I bring that up is because, we're looking at the Chargers. We're looking at what's the next step for them. Next step is getting a fucking playoff win, man. Like, let alone an AFC championship.
He doesn't have one.
Beating Mahomes. Like,
he doesn't have one. In almost
I know,
6
that's
years
what I'm saying.
And not just does he not have one, he's turned in 2 of the most embarrassing starts ever because you have last year where he threw 4 picks and had a 40.9 rating. The first one was that Trevor Lawrence Jacksonville comeback that they were on the wrong end of, where they were up like 27-0.
Lawrence threw like 5 interceptions.
Yeah. So he was on the wrong end in the first playoff game of one of the worst collapses in playoff history, and then had a 40 quarterback rating last year and threw 4 picks.
And once again, man,
in 5 years or 6 years.
Are we looking at the best version of the Chargers around him?
No. Oh, well, now, I mean, I know you're saying like Ladd McConkey's probably the best receiver he's had. Maybe
looking back on it. looking back on it, because I'm thinking back to when they had Mike Williams, when Mike Williams was still like all right, and then you had Keenan Allen, but yeah, Keenan Allen towards the end of his peak.
Yeah, this is going to be year 6 for the dude. Not a playoff win.
Crazy.
Bro.
I didn't realize he's been in the NFL that long, man. Honestly, I didn't realize it's been 6 seasons.
He's just a better. He's a better Dak Prescott.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Dak Prescott.
Better version because he got drafted higher. He's not the feel-good story, but I think that almost makes it worse. It almost makes it worse that his expectations are just like so low that he can get away with a 4-interception playoff game. Like, it's crazy to me, man. Because I use the team on my head as reference. If Jalen Hurts goes out and throws 2-3 interceptions in a playoff game and the team loses, you will not hear the fucking
one turnover in a damn near
and it was his fault, right?
Super Bowl performance in 2022, and that's all that people talk about for causing the loss. This dude threw 4 picks in a wild card game, and we act like it never happened going into year 6. I don't throw the word hate around because I don't know, like, it's not as a person, but I hate talking about Justin Herbert, the quarterback. Yeah. Because I feel like I lose my fucking mind when people talk to me about him in that way. Well, if Justin Herbert was on the Eagles. Yeah, well, he's not. He's not. And it doesn't matter if A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith or Jerry Rice and Randy Moss were on the field. 4 picks is 4 picks is 4 picks.
Yeah. He had Ladd McConkey go for 200. How the fuck did you throw 4 interceptions? Like, what the fuck? I mean,
go 4 picks. Ladd McConkey might go for 350 in this game.
Like, that's where I'm at, man. And I look at this roster, man, and they got younger, so that is the optimism that you can operate with if you're a Chargers fan. But to me, this just doesn't look like a better team than last year. The only thing they can bank on, in my opinion, is Justin Herbert just being better, not being a mental midget in the postseason.
Right, and guess what? And that's all. And and that has nothing to do with the regular season. The kid threw for 5,000 yards, 38 touchdowns, and like 10 interceptions in 2021 or something. I get the talent, but every time a game means something, he shrinks. And that's all I need to know if I'm looking at a franchise quarterback or not.
Yeah, I think it's as simple as that, man. Simple as that. It's a make or break year for Justin Herbert.
So essentially, if you haven't caught the drift,
playoff win. You know how we talked about the Bills and the Ravens, like get to the Super Bowl, beat Mahomes. It's Super Bowl or bust this year. It's not that for the Chargers. Just win a fucking playoff game.
I agree.
But I'll tell you this, man. I don't know. Why would this Chargers team beat the Broncos?
No, I don't think they're getting.
Let alone the Chiefs.
Scotty, I don't think they're better than the Raiders. I don't. So
I feel you though. And just before we move on, I know we want to move on to the draft and our tiers.
Yeah.
Just want to point out what the Broncos did this offseason.
Yeah.
Because I know there's a lot of focus on the offense and Bo Nix and the sophomore year, and there's part of me that feels like Bo Nix could show us something this year.
Yeah.
I'm not getting the sophomore slump vibe. It's just a gut feeling. I'm just not getting it from him or this team. But they added J.K. Dobbins. They added R.J. Harvey in the draft. So they got the running back room squared out, let Javonte Williams walk. It's the defensive side of things, man. Oh, let me not forget Evan Ingram. Good tight end to add to that group as well. Dre Greenlaw. Not the Dre Greenlaw of past, but still Dre Greenlaw. Still solid. Hufanga. So they brought in 2 49ers. They brought in Hufanga, the safety from there. And then they brought in the rookie corner, Barron, in the first round as well. So I love when a sturdy defense
gets better,
adds sturdy-ass players to it, and just makes it sturdier. I love what they're doing there. Sean Payton has got that organization moving in the right direction, and we'll see where the Broncos go this year, man. I think
I agree. I think they won 11 games last year, 10 games last year, and made the postseason.
Yeah.
I think they'll improve, and I agree. Like, I don't think Bo Nick was very good last year, helped the team get to the playoffs, but it wasn't like Bo Nix came out in this rookie year and blew everyone out of the water. Like, he was just steady, right? He was fine. Right. He had flashes in games, whatever. So that's why I'm not like super down. I'm not super high on the idea of him coming down, like, oh, he's going to come back down to earth or have a sophomore slump. I think he's just going to continue to do what he does and improve in little ways.
I got a funny question for you, man. Yeah. And you can shoot me down because I'll be honest, I haven't watched a ton of Bo Nix. I'm not going to lie about that. When you think about where Jalen Hurts came from out of college, and what he was kind of labeled as coming into the NFL and kind of the growth that he had to show. Now, maybe I'm discrediting Hurts as a passer coming out of college as well, especially when he went over to Oklahoma and improved. Is there you getting any signs of I'm not talking about the off the field, the leadership, the aura.
Just kind of how he goes, like
play style, though. You know what I mean?
And how he goes about business.
Legs, scramble, thick, like a sturdier quarterback too. He's a sturdier guy. Any similarities?
The white version?
The white version. The best way to put it. I'm not going to say that. But
the milk version.
The milk in the equation?
No, I
don't know. You guys could kill me out there if that's a bad comparison. We don't know yet.
No. I don't know his size, but like when you do watch them play, they seem kind of like they're just similar in sizes. Then obviously Jalen's much.
He looks like an entry level.
But
like an entry level Jalen, maybe.
But yeah, like he can use his legs. My bad. Let me before we get to the tiers, let me plug my laptop in because it's about to die here.
Yeah, no worries. Actually wanted to see. So they lost 31-7 in the postseason to the Bills last year.
Oh yeah, they got beat up. They learned a tough rookie lesson, did Bo Nix.
Definitely. Bo Nix is actually 6'2", 217.
All right, and what's Jalen? Do we know?
Let me check real quick. I've actually never looked it up. I don't even know how tall he is.
Probably around 6'1".
6'1", 223. So
it's not terrible.
Yeah. It's interesting. Just a thought. Let's
get to these tiers, man, and see where we stack up the AFC West teams compared to the rest of the league and divisions we've done so far. I want to have to start shrinking the playoff contenders before we wrap up the next three divisions because we're going to run out of room more than likely. But at the top of the list, obviously, we only have 3 Super Bowl contenders so far, 1 in the NFC through the divisions that we've done. The Chiefs enter that conversation right now, obviously. Been to 3 straight, 1, 2 of the, 2 prior to this past year. Mahomes is on 4? Mahomes has 4, right?
Appearances?
No, wins.
Oh, wins.
2 or 3 or 4.
I want to say 3 total. I could be wrong, though.
It's got 3 or 4. I can't remember.
2 in a row and then a year in between from the other one.
You might be right. You could be right. But anyway.
I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't matter. 3 or 4.
49ers.
The most in the NFL currently.
Yeah. But anyway, with the Chiefs up there, they're going to be in the conversation again, even with the age to their roster. You go down a level, I think the Broncos will be right back in. We think the Broncos will be right back in that playoff contention. The Chargers. Chargers are a team that could be in playoff contention, could make the playoffs potentially. But the reason we put them in no man's land is Denver has a trajectory. They have a young, promising quarterback. That defense is legit. They're coming this way. Yeah. I put Chargers in no man's land because of the spiel I just went on about their quarterback. I don't think they have the franchise guy that can lead them to a Super Bowl. You see Jacksonville up there, same kind of team out in the AFC, Trevor Lawrence. I don't think they have the guy to get it done. That means your organization is stuck in no man's land because he's going to be here for many, many years. He's going to be owed lots of dollars, and you're stuck. That's why they're there. They could be a playoff team. Doesn't matter. Raiders could also be a playoff team. Better than last year, for sure. Win 4 games, improve all around, get a quarterback in here that can actually play at this level, and I think they'll win. Basement, I'm going to put the Raiders at 7 wins. Basement. I haven't looked at their schedule. Maybe their schedule is extremely difficult, and I'm going to eat my words. They
should have the easiest one of the division.
Yes. So the Raiders are going to be better than last year. could be a sneaky team to look into that playoff picture, man.
What's that offensive line look like? That's going to be a big part of it. We're going to see, though. I like the pick. I like the pick.
It's insane. My mom just texted me. Active shooter on Villanova campus.
Yo, I was gonna actually pause the pod. I didn't want to like break it up because we're pre-recording. Obviously, it flashed up on my other computer here that there was an active shooter there. I was gonna ask you, just if you have any friends or family, definitely text them or whatever.
Not anymore. I had friends that used to attend Nova, but not anymore. Not that it's still awful, but
yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I know. Yeah, at this age, not anymore for sure. But
someone might be in their masters there that I don't know about, but I don't think any of my friends or family are that intelligent. But let's get to this fantasy draft, man. To wrap up this AFC West preview. Did you have the last pick or did I of the last draft?
I did. Yeah, I had the first pick of the last draft we did.
Oh, perfect. Well, then I will take Mr. Patrick Mahomes.
What a bastard. No, I'm kidding. I'm gonna take Brock Bowers, man.
All right. You see me looking down. I'm just writing this in my notepad because I don't feel like typing it all out. Pause for the sneeze. All right. Let's see. I will go with. I'll take Chris Jones.
that is exactly who I was thinking. I was just hoping you didn't pick him.
Great minds, brother. Great minds.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Interesting, man. Who is the best receiver in this division?
Ladd McConkey?
Yo, I mean, it depends how you feel about Rashee Rice, right? Like, I think some people are really high on him. Yeah. I'm unsure on him.
Yeah, I agree.
I just got to see more, but he's good. But yeah, I think I would go with. Let me just go with Ladd. Yeah, thank you, Dylan.
No problem, brother. Glad I can help. All right, I'm going to take Pat Surtain.
That is a great one as well, man. That is a great
Thank you,
one.
brother. I forgot.
No wonder you weren't losing sleep over Ladd. Yeah, I see why now.
I was steering you right in that direction. Go ahead, take the wide receiver, Scotty.
Man, let me just double check here. I'm gonna go. Derwin James, man. I know he's not what he used to be, but still. Have that missile back there.
I'm going to take Max Crosby.
Yeah, you're killing me right now. Yeah. Yeah. Nah, I'm fucking up. Yeah. Just gotta laugh it off, yo. Yeah, I am definitely doing that.
Birds are chirping. It's a beautiful day out there.
Right. Oh, man. This division's kind of tough for me, man.
It is. Except I might be putting together the greatest super team the AFC West has ever seen right now.
Tough for me. It's just lovely for you. I'm gonna go with Trent McDuffie, corner.
All right. All right, let me help Patty out here. I'm gonna take the kid. I'm gonna take Ashton Genty.
Nice. That was another thing I was thinking, like, who is the best running back?
Yeah.
I guess it's him by default, right? Like,
I guess there's a lot of unknown. Pacheco still, obviously. Dobbins is nice if he stays healthy.
Let me take Rashee Rice, the other wide receiver.
Got his wideouts locked up. All right. Let me take. Now we start to get interesting.
You know what's messing me up with this division, man?
What's up?
There's a lot of names, but it's just like how are they washed? Are they are they still who their name presents?
No, I do feel that. The age, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me take Hufunga.
That's a good one. Yeah. I'm gonna go strictly personality here. I'm gonna go Dre Greenlaw.
All right. The LB position.
Just because out of all the 49ers over the years, man.
Yeah.
That is like the one guy that I would have loved to have on the Eagles at one point. At one point. Fred Warner is that guy now. He's the one guy that you want from that team now, but
is this the rookie? No. Damn, he tore it up last year, huh?
Who?
All right. Give me 22 Piloto.
Okay.
8.5 sacks with a forced fumble last year.
I like it. I need some defense myself. I need to start stacking the defense. Let's check out this Broncos defense, man. What y'all working with? Interesting. Okay, yeah, I was wondering where this guy went. I'm gonna go with the edge, Zach Allen. Well, defensive end, I guess. Yeah,
I got you. All right.
Not technically an edge. It's interesting what they mark as edge versus defensive end these days.
I know. I really don't know who the next best corner in this division is. I don't.
Yeah. I was having a hard time myself. That's why I've stayed away from it.
This dude had 5 picks last year. I'll go with Dante Jackson with the Chargers.
Yeah, he's a fresh pickup. I do not think he was there last year.
Yeah, he played with Pittsburgh last year.
Makes sense. That makes sense. Like they got Khalil Mack listed as a linebacker, and it's just
like instead of edge.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like this.
I'll break the rules for you. I'll allow it.
Will you?
I will. I mean, have you seen this roster, brother?
I know, man. I know. You collected the good defensive players early, man. I fucked up on that for sure. Yeah, I'll just go with it. I'll go with it.
Khalil?
Yeah, Khalil.
All right. Now I need
He's got something left in the tank.
Need all my pass catchers. So let me take Patty's boy and take Travis.
Yeah, you kind of have to. Where would you put Travis? Like, obviously top 10 still, but like top 5 still? Top 6?
Probably because I feel like the tight end room around the league is so right? Like you have Bowers, you have Kittle, you have McBride.
That's 3. Laporta.
Sam Laporta, you can put up there. Mark Andrews, you can't really put up there that anymore.
I wouldn't take him over
Goddard.
Kelsey.
We can't put up there just because of all the talent and the lack of production. You know what I mean, like numbers wise.
Yeah.
So you can't put Goddard in there. TJ Hawkinson's not that level anymore. Yeah, like I don't know. You got like a Cole Kmet
like
somewhere.
He's roughly
five.
5'6", something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah. I was just curious, but let me go ahead. This is funny, man. It's like, do I take Herbert or do I take Bo Nix after all the shit we just talked about? With this team, I'm gonna take Justin Herbert. He'll be playing with Brock Bowers.
He needs the hopeful.
Lad McConkey and Rasheed Rice. You gotta hope.
I am going to go ahead and take. I'll just tell you my last two. Is that fine?
That's fine.
They're both receivers. I'm going to take Cortland Sutton and Jacoby Myers.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
I was leaning Xavier Worthy, but
so I need one more corner and a running back.
Yes.
So running back, I'm going to go with the proof in the pudding. I'll go with J.K. Dobbins, but obviously one of these rookie running backs could easily, surpass him, I'm sure. But man, Dobbins or Pacheco? I'm going to go Dobbins, but I do like Pacheco. I like his physicality. And then I need a corner.
It's tough, dude. I mean, finding Dante Jackson was fucking tough for me. So.
By the way, Charvarius Ward, the reason I got confused on him earlier is because I was doing my NFC West notes.
San Fran.
Yesterday, he went from San Fran to he left them to go somewhere. I can't remember off the top of my head right now. Man. This white corner on the Broncos, Riley Moss. You know what I'm saying? Like,
please take him, bro.
Yeah, just put him on there, man. Fuck it. What the fuck? My defense is cooked anyways. Riley Moss. We're rolling with White Thunder, dog. Wide receiver Lad McConkey. And CBDB. Riley Moss. Yo, the Broncos got some white stallions on that defense, boy. They got my man Alex Singleton. Yeah. Zach Allen on the defensive line.
I don't know, but this might be the greatest AFC West team ever assembled.
I mean, you got Mahomes and then Chris Jones and then also Max Crosby and then also Pat Surtain. How did I fuck that up? Like,
dude, you were going offense, and I'm over here like, yeah. Because I'll tell you this before we wrap up. When I said I went Mahomes, you went somewhere. When I said Chris Jones, I thought you were going to counter with Crosby. And then you didn't, and I was going to go Crosby, and I went, wait a second. Surtain's there. Like, Surtain's better at corner than Crosby. I mean, Surtain might be the best player that I have right now besides Mahomes. Yeah. So I was like, oh, let me go Surtain. And then I was like, all right, perfect.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so like I said, guys, with all the other shows, if you are keeping track of this, after we wrap up all the divisions next week, once a day, we're going to put out these teams to our socials, and you guys can vote on them. We'll have some fun with them, see who you guys think picked the better teams. Gets difficult when you start looking at linebackers in a weak division or cornerback 2 in a division like this after taking 3 already. So it's not as easy as it may seem, but make sure to follow us on Twitter at DSM_media. As always, check out the link tree And then subscribe to all the YouTube channels, the DSM Philadelphia YouTube channel, where you can find the Faithful Fanatic Show and all of our pregame lives. The Scotty NBA Talks YouTube channel. We had a show tonight, so make sure to go check that out and like it. And then obviously this one right here, if you're watching the Turf Talk YouTube channel, when we are live during the season on Sundays and Thursdays, you guys, it is the best spot to comment and question and get your questions up with us. We can't see them on Twitter for some reason through StreamYard. So make sure to subscribe, tap in as always. We appreciate you and have a great rest of your night.